2, 1.
7 things you probably didn't know you need to know. I'm Jamie East, and this is the Smart 7.
Good morning, everybody. It's Friday the 10th of July and happy Pina Colada Day. And a big happy birthday to Neil Tennant, Fiona Shaw, Sophie Vergara and Jessica Simpson.
7.
As Britain's coronavirus lockdown eases, travellers arriving from 59 different countries will no longer be required to self-quarantine for 14 days. However, government advice remains to avoid cruise ships. There were also new announcements on openings. Oliver Dowden, the Minister for Panto, was on Downing Street duty, and from July the 25th, indoor gyms can reopen with scheduled time spots. Community sports such as cricket can resume from this weekend. In short, you can say goodbye to your Corona Stone. Oliver also had exciting personal grooming news.
Now, having allowed hairdressers to reopen, beauticians, tattooists, spas, tanning salons and other close contact services can now do the same, I'm pleased to say, from Monday. Of course, that will be subject to some restrictions on particularly high-risk services.
6.
The independent police watchdog has announced a review into whether officers in England and Wales discriminate against minorities. This comes after the Met Police apologised to Bianca Williams for a stop-and-search incident over the weekend. Former Prime Minister Theresa May spoke out against racism on the BBC's World at One.
I fundamentally believe that you should not be stopped on the streets of our country simply because of the colour of your skin.
And do you think that's happening now?
I think we're now seeing some of the figures, I think, go back again. We're starting to see reductions. Now the number of black people who are likely to be stopped, again, it's significantly higher than those with a white skin. I think there's a wider issue here, which is why, when I was Prime Minister, one of the first things I did, one of the early things I did, was instituted the race disparity audit.
5.
After years of battles, the US Supreme Court finally ruled on 2 cases about Donald Trump's taxes, and he lost bigly, with both cases decided by a 7-2 majority. The president does not have absolute immunity. Supreme Court lawyer Neil Katyal explains.
The only way in which Trump won anything today is he now possibly can delay this after Election Day and delay getting all the information to New York. But I think that's doubtful. Look, these cases can move very quickly. The Nixon tapes case moved in a matter of 3 months. This is all about the election of 2020, and I expect Cy-Vance to move incredibly fast. And, Pete described that Trump is having a little shield left in New York against Cy-Vance. It's not a little shield, it's a paper-thin shield at best.
He actually took it very well. Of course he didn't. There was an extensive Twitter rant and a comfort call to his friend Sean Hannity on Fox, in which he blamed New York for his troubles. That maybe have something to do with them painting Black Lives Matter on Fifth Avenue outside Trump Tower, perhaps?
All you end up doing out of that place is get prosecuted and have a lot of trouble. So New York is not the place that it was. Everyone's leaving. They're moving to Florida. They're moving to other places. It's very sad, actually, to see what happened.
To be honest, I'm the only idiot that stays here. I need to get my contract changed so I can get the hell out of here myself, to be honest.
4.
Johnny Depp was back in court for day 3 of his libel trial. For a day of being grilled about drug use, he chose to wear marijuana-leaf socks to court. There was much discussion of a photo Amber Heard took that was apparently Johnny's breakfast. In the photo, you can see lines of cocaine, a Keith Richards CD, an initial drug box, and what might be a pint glass of whiskey, or just a pint glass of apple juice. Johnny described the incident in which he lost part of his finger in a deposition in 2018.
She threw a vodka bottle at me, and my hand was resting on the marble of the bar like that. And the first bottle went just past my ear. And the second one was a larger bottle, and she threw it from about this distance. And it smashed into the bar, and this finger, who I now call Little Richard, the tip of the finger was severed.
Another busy Premier League night saw Spurs in a goalless draw with Bournemouth, Everton drew 1-1 with Southampton, and Man United became the first team in Premier League history to win 4 consecutive games by 3 goals as they beat Aston Villa 3-0. Also, don't tell Frank Lampard, who only got 3 big points this week, Man United got even bigger points. Let's ask goalkeeper David De Gea.
Really happy with the 3 massive points for us. Now we are very close to the 4th and 3rd position, so yeah, we are showing a lot of good things today, like we did in the last 3-4 games, so it's great to see the team playing like this, creating chances, scoring great goals and not conceding goals, so we are really happy.
Netflix has announced that there's going to be a season 6 for The Crown after all. It turns out so much went on with the 90s royals that they needed an extra series to cover it. Hopefully it's going to include a reenactment of this scene from a National Geographic documentary where Princess Diana tells the story about confronting Camilla Parker Bowles.
I go downstairs and there's a very happy little threesome going on downstairs, and I said, Camilla, I'd love to have a word with you. And she looked really uncomfortable, put her head down. She said, oh yes, fine. And I said to the 2 men, okay boys, just have a quick word, Camilla, and I'll be up in a minute. And they shot upstairs like chickens with no heads.
Kanye West announced he was running for president and did that spectacular 4-hour interview with Forbes magazine. But now TMZ is reporting that he may be off his medication and having a huge bipolar episode. They republished an interview from 2018 when he was also off his meds, and it's pretty out there.
And now the alien Ye is like fully back in mode, off of medication, you know, working out, breathing as much fresh air as possible, thinking, doing, being himself, you know. And when I say being myself, that doesn't mean I'm being Donald Trump. It means I'm being me, and I'm punk. And I can wear whatever I want, because I'm a god.
This has been the Smart 7. We've got an Alexa skill now. All you've got to do is enable us and then just say, Alexa, play the Smart 7. We're back tomorrow at 7. Please like and subscribe wherever you get your podcasts.